Have you ever tried to cook fish on a grill and it just gets stuck on a grate when you try to flip it?
Well, all you really have to do is put some lemon slices down
And then put your fish on top. Not only will this prevent the fish from sticking, but it'll also infuse it with lemon flavor.
Check it out. This one's totally falling apart. Damn. Oh my God. While this one is intact.
I tried making these really pretty scallion and sesame buns. Here's the recipe. 500 grams flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder. 300 grams milk, 2 teaspoons yeast, 2 tablespoons sugar. Mix until the sugar dissolves, pour into your dry ingredients. Combine together and then knead a lot until it's nice and smooth. Rest for 10 minutes, then roll out into a 15 by 18 inch rectangle, divide in half. Drizzle toasted sesame oil, season with salt, pepper, 5 spice. Sprinkle with sliced scallions and then do this tri-fold thing. Press down as you go and then cut into 12 equal pieces. Stack 2 pieces together, take a chopstick skewer, press down in the middle, and then fold like so. Proof for 2 hours and then pan fry. I will be honest with you, I think it could use a little more seasoning and flavor, but I drizzled with spicy mayo and it was amazing. I would definitely make it again. Like and follow for more recipes.
Let's make the easiest, creamiest, spicy peanut noodles. Drop 1 pound of pasta, then we're going to mix up half a cup of crunchy peanut butter, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 3 tablespoons of sriracha. Stir that until it's smooth, set it aside, fry up 4 cloves of garlic and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil until golden. Add our pasta and 1.5 cups of the pasta water and stir it up with that peanut butter goodness. Once it's all together, finish with 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds and
So today I'm going to teach you how to make this, and this is all keto. So the way I make my dough is I use a fathead dough. It consists of an egg, 3/4 of a cup of almond flour, 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, and 1.5 cups of mozzarella. So I start by adding the mozzarella and cream cheese to a glass bowl, and I put it in the microwave. I do it in increments of 30 seconds to have it melt and so that you don't burn it. After microwaving it, this is what it should look like. Now you're going to add your 3/4 of the almond flour and also your beaten egg. So now you're going to start combining it. You want to make sure you combine it really well into one big dough ball. So after combining, this is what it's going to look like. Now you'll line your pan with parchment paper and you're going to put the dough between 2 pieces. You want to poke holes in it, put it in the oven, bake it for 6 minutes at 425.
And here's how to make one. Get the best tomatoes you can find and slice them. Bacon and Calabrian chili mayo, which I already showed you how to make. Toast. Lean against each other so they dry and not steam. Mayo on each side of the toast. Beautiful romaine lettuce on the bottom. Then sliced tomatoes, salt and pepper, bacon. Top it off. Carefully cut in a sawing motion with a serrated knife. Forget it.
Here's a look at the Wake and Bake Burger from Harlem Public in New York City. After beef is seasoned and on the grill, in goes the hash brown. Then it's time to butter their buns with that roller. Fry an egg in this cool little circle thing, along with some brown sugar bacon. Now it's time to flip that beef, top it with 2 slices of cheddar, melt the cheese, and casually place it on top of the hash brown. Then comes the bacon, then the drippy egg. Don't you dare forget about the fries. Now it's time to devour.
Braised beef short ribs over mashed potatoes, possibly my favorite beef rendition. Season the ribs with salt and pepper and dredge in a 1/4 cup of flour. Heat oil in a large skillet over medium-high and brown the short ribs about 2 minutes per side. While those cook, chop the veggies, the carrots, celery, onion, and garlic. Remove the ribs and saute the veggies for 4 to 6 minutes or until tender. Add a 1/4 cup of flour and tomato paste. Stir and cook for 1 minute. Pour in half a bottle of wine and the beef broth. If you don't want to use wine, you can use beer or additional beef broth instead. Return the short ribs, top with herbs, and bring to a boil. Cover and transfer to the oven at 350 for 3 hours. Uncover and just look how decadent. This beef is so tender and flavorful. Remove the herb stems, serve over potatoes and a ladle of gravy on top. Such a cozy dinner.
Today I made milford, which is cabbage leaves rolled with meat and rice. I started by coring the inside of the cabbage, making it easier to boil. I put the cabbage in the pot and covered it with water. I removed each leaf as it softens. While that's boiling, I made my rice and meat mixture, using 2.5 cups of rice, 500 grams of minced meat, salt, pepper, dried mint and softened butter. I cut my cabbage leaves evenly and started to wrap them. Once that's done, I laid the meat at the bottom of the pot and then laid the cabbage rolls on top. I put a large plate to press them down, added water to cover, and put a small pot with water inside to add pressure. Once it boils, add pomegranate molasses, salt, dried mint, garlic, and ghee. Cook on low heat for 3 hours, and before flipping, remove the water pot and cover for 10 minutes. Then flip and enjoy your mouth-watering cabbage rolls full of flavour, topped with tender meat. And of course, it goes best with Lebanese bread. Enjoy!
Yunky.
Cheesy sourdough pull apart, let's go. Grab a loaf of sourdough and cut the top to make cubes. Fill the cuts with cheese. Mix butter with parsley, garlic powder and sea salt. Spread the butter over the loaf and cover with foil. Bake at 200 degrees for 20 minutes. Boom, dig in and enjoy this delicious cheesy goodness.
I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a grilled cheese zucchini. Healthy. Grate your zucchini. After you grate it, you're gonna wanna suck up all the juices out of it with this napkin or a cloth. After the juice is all squeezed out, add 1 egg. I don't like egg yolks, so I only add the egg whites, but you can add the whole egg. Add some Parmesan cheese. Add some cornstarch. Salt and pepper. Mix it all up. Grab a pan, spray it with some avocado oil. Add about half of your mixture and flatten it out. Next, take it and flip it. After, you take a little bit of cheese and put it on your little patty. Then put your other patty that you grilled before on top. Should turn out like this.
So you finally made it over here to kebab TikTok. Probably the most versatile type of meat that you can ever buy or make. So if you're new here, click the plus icon and I'll teach you everything you need to know.
Keto cheddar biscuits, one of my favorite keto recipes I've made on here so far. So you got to make it. Let me know if you like it. Start with 2 cups of almond flour. Add 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a little bit of salt. Add 1/4 a cup of butter. Mix it together with your hands. They can be chunky like this. Then you're going to add 1/4 a cup of almond milk, 2 eggs. Mix it together with a fork or your hands. Add 2 tablespoons of chives and 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. I used Colby Jack because it's what I had left, but this recipe is best with cheddar cheese. Then put it in the oven at 350 for 18 minutes. The recipe makes 8, but I made 6 because my oven is too small.
You have now entered Peruvian TikTok, and today we are making lomo saltado. Lomo saltado is the national dish of Peru, and it was inspired by all of the Chinese and Cantonese migrants that came to Peru in the mid-1800s. It's basically a stir fry. Salt and sear your strips of sirloin beef in a pan and set them aside. Then you're going to add quartered red onion and Roma tomatoes and cook those down a bit. Add minced ginger, garlic, pepper, some cumin. I use serrano, but if you have ají amarillos, use those. Some tomato paste and soy sauce, and then you're going to add some beer and simmer it. To thicken it, I like to add a little cornstarch to some beer and pour it in. Okay, so this is where we're gonna take a turn. Are you ready? The recipe calls for French fries. I like to go to McDonald's because who else makes better fries?
Hi, good morning. What can we get for you today?
Hi, can I get 3 large fries, please? Okay, so I did order extra so I could eat some on the way home. Mix those in and serve them with rice and ají verde.
The next time you make chicken, try this marinade. In a bowl, add Greek yogurt, olive oil, fresh lemon juice, lemon zest, pepper flakes, cumin, paprika, black pepper, salt, a dash of cinnamon, a bunch of minced garlic, and a red onion cut in wedges. Mix it all up, and then add your chicken. You can grill it, bake it, or fry it, but I'll be doing some chicken kebabs on skewers on a charcoal. Exact measurements in the comments.
You will not believe that this crispy, garlicky cauliflower came from frozen cauliflower rice. It takes 15 minutes to make, and it is...
When you're using mustard on your meat, you're using it as a binder to keep the seasoning stuck to the meat better. You don't taste the mustard at all. It's just holding the seasoning on. Too easy.